It's early morning in October. This is Naku village in West Kaming district of Arunachal Pradesh. And these people have come to take part in a unique practice which is about to unfold. These objects are being prepared and placed in a pre-designed format for an ancient Buddhist ritual called Jomu, which will be performed by a Jomu shaman in front of a sacred Buddhist monument called Choten. However, the unique practice here is not the ritual itself. It is the occasion in which Jomu ritual is performed and the people for whom it is performed. Because the ritual may be a Buddhist one, but the event is not. The occasion here is the Chindang festival, and these are people of the Mijis tribe, who are also known as Sajolang or Damai. The Mijis community of Arunachal Pradesh is settled primarily in Nafra circle of West Kaming district and also in some parts of East Kaming district with a total population of roughly 37,000. The Mijis mythology traces back their origin to the time when the creator of the universe sent Abogupen, the first male being, and Ani Degan, the first female being, to live on this earth. They had 8 sons, namely Sangcho, Dongcho, Khanlo, Khanvoi, Jintai, Mialiu, Khanlong, and Changtong. When they grew up, Changtong left for the plains, and Khanlong left for Lasso. The rest of the 6 brothers, Sangcho, Dongcho, Khanlo, Khanvoi, Jintai, and Mialiu, stayed behind in the mountains. These 6 brothers are considered to be the ancestors of the Mijis or Sajolang community. Later on, they migrated to the region where they are currently settled, using the stars and the moon for navigation. And they have lived here for generations. In fact, this tribe has been in the region for so long that even the name Mijis has been given to them by the tribe who migrated to the region later. It actually is a term used by the cognate tribe, the Aka, and translates to the giver of fire. Legend has it that when the Aka community migrated back from the plains to settle in the region, it was the Mijis people who gave them fire for survival in the mountains, thus the name Mijis. The common perception is that the Aka and the Mijis are the same tribe. The truth is, although the Aka and the Mijis share cultural affinities, they are linguistically poles apart.
Asal ani le shadow lang zu ani se ani shadow lang zu se hum Mijis te jang le gunu nata ani re Mijis te ben Mijis de mang asal chozam te le Mijis te ben gunu na le就是做后面呢就不那阿homraja呢就不同时拿真后边就这样一拿就raja呢当不带的achi de me akarani tende ani achi de me so ina tendi sir so inata anier Mijis ta tinduina vetelle so Mijis duina do tensor o homianata anier Mijis tembo ani le Mijis mang ani le shadrola.
Like other tribes of Arunachal Pradesh, the Mijis also practice animism. They believe in the existence of a spiritual world and that any happening in a person's life is an act of benevolent or malevolent spirits. It is because of such beliefs that a Buddhist ritual got blended into an animist festival, and which is mentioned in the old narratives of Naku village. As the story goes, they had trade relations with the nearby Monpa community, and that during the course of a trade, a villager unknowingly brought back an object used in a Buddhist ritual called Jomu to Naku village. Soon an endemic disease broke out, and the village priest narrowed down the cause to an angry spirit. Therefore, to make amends with the spirit, they enlisted the service of a lama and performed the Jomu ritual. Since then, the ritual is performed during Chindang in Naku village. Chindang festival is basically a series of rituals that are performed to express gratitude to Jumyangni, the deity of fertility, for a successful harvest and to drive off evil spirits from the village to ensure a prosperous year. Depending on how the rituals are performed, Chindang festival may go on for even a week or more. Chindang festival begins with enlisting the service of a shaman to invoke blessings and to drive off evil spirits from the village. The shaman who performs the Chindang ritual is called Pung Gibi. While a Pung Gibi is an undeniable part of the Chindang festival, the role of the priest or the shaman in the Miji community is not limited to just that. A shaman in the Miji community is involved in almost all important events of a person belonging to the community, be it birth, death, or anything in between. The Mijis also believe that the status of being a shaman or a priest is not hereditary in nature, and rather it depends on the innate spiritual characteristics of an individual which are revealed during his or her lifespan. During the whole period of Chindang festival, the Pung Gibi stays in seclusion in order to attain purity and sanctity. For this purpose, the villagers prepare a sacred improvised shelter called Phung Brang for the shaman. A Phung Barang, like any other traditional house of the Miji community, is made of leaves, bamboo, wood, and stone. However, in today's scenario, it is hard to find a traditional Miji house. Most of them are opting for concrete houses over the traditional ones, which used to be made of naturally available resources. An auspicious date to start the festival is named by the shaman through chicken liver divination. Once the date is decided, social service is conducted, wherein the males of the village undertake cleaning activities in and around the village. While the males are busy with cleaning the village, the women folk get their hands dirty in cleaning the village's aqueduct. In the meantime, the male members of the community seal off the village after erecting gates as boundaries against evil spirits. The youths of the village collect leaves of a sacred plant called Dupu Demo. They also collect chaok, the twigs of a plant considered sacred, and gravels, which are used later in the evening to drive off evil spirits hiding inside the houses. The two participants of the ritual wear masks known as sangmi to trick evil spirits into leaving the house with them. It is believed sangmis fool the spirits into thinking that the sangmis themselves are also spirits. After these rituals, the villagers observe a 3-day period of taboo and are not allowed to cross the gate. Any villager crossing it is heavily penalized by the community and is held responsible for any eventualities. The next day is the day of sacrifice. Before performing animal sacrifice, the shaman again performs chicken liver divination to predict whether the year will be good for the village or not, and then hoists chindang flags in pine trees. In a ritual called Phung Binen, a group of villagers with 2 males dressed as females to hide their identity then goes around the village and the gate while chanting prayers to wake up the deities of the mountains and the rivers. Then they proceed back to the ritual ground for the animal sacrifice. Oh bull, don't feel bad about it. We are not killing you without any purpose. We are sending you to a very good place which you may like. It is such a beautiful place with grass all around. You will meet your forefathers and other relatives. There you enjoy the grass, and while enjoying, shower your choicest blessings on us. The shaman cuts the heart of the sacrificed animal into 8 pieces with a knife made out of bamboo. This ritual is called Sulungku. He believes that the soul of the sacrificed animal is still trapped inside the heart of the beast. The day also witnesses the sacrifice of a pig and a chicken to seek a bumper harvest, and this ritual is called Muchin Mui. Meanwhile, the women make offerings to the fertility deity Jumyangi for the successful harvest in the previous season and to seek her blessings for the next season. For this, each family collects the freshly harvested produces of the season like maize, which is the staple food of the tribe, and paddy, and offers them to Jumyangi through the priest and the lama. Apart from this, the Miji people also grow beans, sweet potatoes, colocasia, tomato, oranges, tapioca, etc. for their livelihood. As such, farming is the main occupation of the Miji community. Apart from personal consumption, the harvested crops are also sold in the nearby marketplaces in order to meet their daily requirements. The main town where they sell these products is Nafla. However, if the production is high, it is taken to Bomdila, which is 54 kilometers away. In the meantime, the villagers celebrate the events and relish in merrymaking through the night. However, the mode of merrymaking has changed with time. And now modern music and songs have taken the place of folk songs that used to be sung by the elders to music produced by traditional instruments like dang, ruri, selilu and chindung. The Miji community of Arunachal Pradesh is also very rich in terms of folklores and folk songs. Like most of the indigenous tribes of the state, the Mijis also have been passing down knowledge and information about their traditions and culture to each successive generation through oral literature. Thus, the folk songs and folk tales become not just some means for merrymaking or leisure, but passes down the tales and stories of their ancestors. However, the language which they speak and which constitutes the basis of their rich culture and traditions is listed as definitely endangered in the UNESCO's Atlas of the World's Languages in Danger 2009. With that, it seems the community has to ponder the issue if it is to ensure that the coming generations continue handing down the knowledge about themselves and their origin for the ages to come, thus retaining their true identity and distinct recognition among the pool of tribes that call this state their home. With the distinctive and elaborate existence that the Miji community has been enjoying for the last several decades, it is not surprising that they also have their own distinct traditional dance form. The traditional dance form of the Miji community is called muko. It is mostly performed during festivals, weddings, and other cultural events. The dance is performed only by the women folk. The male members are, however, assigned to play the musical instruments. These dances are performed without being accompanied by songs and are performed by moving in a rhythmic flow to the beats of traditional musical instruments. The musical instruments used for this dance are chindung and nin. However, the dance is incomplete without both the males and the females being draped in their beautiful and intricately designed traditional dresses. The traditional hat which the males wear is called jara. It is made of split bamboo, and the silver hat is called rago. The ankle-length white garment which they wrap around their bodies is called gribai, and the coat is called pangdo. The cloth which both males and females wear on their shin is called lailo, and the accompanying beads worn just below the knees are called laizang. The belt worn by both men and women is called gejitem. The ankle-length white garment which the women folk wrap around their bodies is called giblong, and the coat is called sasori panglo. The dresses of the women folk are complemented by different kinds of beads and ornaments. The ornaments are mostly made of silver, glass, and brass. The beads and ornaments are commonly known as blopu. The ornament which they wear on their head is called wutu, and it is made of silver. The earrings are called jobo demen. The ring is called kamko deri. The other ornaments include dole, grishang, tingrang, dubu, tailo, gao, and rishang. Another important aspect of the festival is the production of local rice beer by the women, called bunu, which will be served throughout the festival and has a ritualistic significance.
sre ba ne so saya mi hyung ni na mi hyung ga china bi ne thong ne time ya kam ka ne thai ro ka ne sre dai le de sre mi hyung job top chindang magal ve holai le dai kan de mi hyung tra nyao gji gro pura dai kan de kunyo ni de kono mi hyung do ja ni dai de mi hyung arang ra thai ro de
Chindang festival is summed up with the ritual in which the males of the village curse their seen and unforeseen bad luck, diseases and tragedies onto a piece of wood which represents the evil spirit. Then they shoot it with arrows in a symbolic gesture of killing it. The shaman also ties sacred threads on the wrists of the villagers as talismans against evil spirits. This marks the end of Chindang festival, and the taboo of 3 days is also lifted. From today, the villagers of Naku will get ready for the next season of harvest. They will carry forward the cycle with each passing season. For generations, the Miji people have been celebrating Chindang festival in a similar manner, but the dates differed from village to village. Chindang was celebrated between the months of September and February as per the convenience of each village. However, all this changed in the year 1991 when the elders of the Miji community sat together and decided that the festival needed to be celebrated centrally at Nafra town on a fixed date to accommodate modernity.
apna gbe ro de aya Nafra ya ani centrally through the manim vibe tem tale matlab ani apna culture ani tradition sort of promote re chang bahar ni na tangbya ya maka va gari lebang o chu jamana gari ngo hung aya easily ni na de wang da ai ta festival ang wang da ai ta committee ai ta kni de festival mani ya kni ru ju ja ai ta tradition sura bahar ni na wang da na chang sort of pura entire society get together ka de ek dusre re pa dung shuri the movie no mani na trans ta central maya mani.
Today, Chindang is celebrated centrally every year by the Miji. There is, of course, a big difference between the way it used to be celebrated in the villages and the way it is celebrated now. Nevertheless, it is an occasion for the Miji to together recall their age-old sense of community and to memorialize the tales, legends and unique history of the tribe under the moon and the stars.